Early results from Britain's local elections streaming in. The ruling Conservative Party appears to be facing mounting losses across several key districts. Now, the main opposition Labour Party says that the trend is clear.
And make no mistake, we are on course for a Labour majority at the next general election.
British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak says that he hears the British people loud and clear.
In terms of the results, it's still early. We've just had a quarter of the results in. But what I am going to carry on doing is delivering on the people's priorities. Halving inflation, growing the economy, reducing debt, cutting waiting lists and stopping the votes. That's what people want us to do. That's what I'm going to keep hard at doing.
As it stands, the Conservative Party has lost more than 200 seats, around 1/3 of the total that they were defending, while the Labour Party has gained more than 120 seats. More than 8,000 seats are being contested across some 230 councils. The vote counting is expected to wrap up later today, ahead of King Charles III's coronation tomorrow. For more, Ollie Barrett joins us live. He's in London. Ollie, let's talk about the coronation before we get back to those local polls. How are preparations going for the big event tomorrow?
Yeah, preparations very much picking up pace. Where I am, just off Trafalgar Square, on Saturday there will be thousands and thousands of people here. It's one of the key gathering points for those people who do want to get out and try and grab a glimpse of the King and the Queen consort to become the Queen at some point during the day. So the tube stations in London are going to be incredibly busy. People are being told to leave a lot of time before they travel. There could be queues at tube and train stations and on bus routes as well. The King will come through this arch behind me from Buckingham Palace in the carriage on the way down to Westminster Abbey, which is down Whitehall, just over my right shoulder, past Downing Street. He'll then come back on that route again on the way back to the palace for that crucial balcony moment. So this is really the central part of London, which is going to be very heavily secured in terms of a policing presence. We know that there are going to be tens of thousands of police officers deployed over the coronation weekend here in the British capital. Later on, there will be a gathering of dignitaries hosted by King Charles at Buckingham Palace. There are many, many dignitaries in town already. Singapore's president, for example, has already been holding meetings today. There are other bilateral meetings going on involving Prime Minister Rishi Sunak as well. So really a flurry of activity on the diplomatic front, but also on the preparations front as London and the UK get ready for what is going to be a significant event when it comes to Saturday and the first coronation this country's seen in 7 decades.
And let's hope the weather holds up as well as it looks right now. Ollie, back to the local elections. What's behind such an apparently poor showing for the Conservative Party?
It's been a very, very difficult set of results for the Conservative Party. They were trying to manage expectations in the run-up to these local elections. And if anything, and we should say it's still early days in terms of the results coming in, they may have actually done worse than some of that expectation setting that they were engaged in. It is clear that there is a level of disaffection in some parts of the electorate, which goes to the current Conservative government. Of course, the Conservatives have been in power in one form or another for 13 years now, and so many of the issues that the country is currently facing, be that in healthcare, in the economy, in education, many voters direct that anger, that disappointment at the government of the day. There have also been a series of controversies and difficulties since the Conservatives have been in power, particularly in recent years under the former Prime Minister, Boris Johnson. All of that said, we've just had one key projection which has been released, and we'll get a number of these over the next 24 hours or so. And it suggests that based on these results, the Labour Party might actually not win a majority at the next general election, which will take place at some point over the next 18 months or so. So while these are a very good set of results for the opposition Labour Party, they're not there yet.
Ollie, thank you very much for that. Ollie Barrett there in London.